Hi, my name is Ros Best and I just want to show you an example of the work that I do by showing you the workflow of one of my recent small projects on Excel. So Emma runs a dance studio and she keeps a list of all her students and her class timetable in Excel. She knows you can buy specialised software to do this kind of work, but her needs are very basic and she's always done this work in Excel, so she wanted to stay with Excel. Emma found me on a Google search and gave me a call and explained that someone else had originally helped her set up the pivot tables in this file, but she's now got some more classes and she's not sure how to add new classes to the sheet. I said it didn't sound too difficult and it shouldn't take me too long to do this work. So she sent me a copy of her file, which I'll show you a version of here. Obviously I've anonymised it. But basically what she's got is she's got a list of surnames, first names, parent's name, email address of the parent, and then all her classes across here. So Junior Lyrical, Level 2 Monday, Level 4 Monday, and so on. And if the student has signed up for that class, it just says yes in this column. And if they used to be in the class but they're not in that class anymore, it says no next to them as well. So she can quickly see which students are in which class. Now, I imagine back at the beginning when she only had maybe 30 or 50 students and she only had 10 or 15 classes, this was a really good solution to what she needed. However, now things have moved on a bit and she's got a lot more classes. If you scroll over here to the right hand side, I think she's got about 65 classes, something like that. And she's also got a lot more students. So scrolling down here, she's got 360 students. So how this spreadsheet was working, when it was sent to me, was that there is a tab for every single class. Now, because she's now got 60 classes, that means she's now got 60 different tabs. And these tabs are a pivot table that shows her who's in which class. And then she's manually put the dates across here for the term. And what she says she does is she prints these out for the class teacher, and then the teacher marks it off by hand with a pen to say that the students have turned up for those classes when they arrive, so it's a class roll. This would be fairly simple, straightforward for me to add in the new classes in exactly the same way that she did it, but I also said that there would be a way that I could make this a lot more efficient and a lot better, and I said to her, it's only going to take me a couple of hours. If you don't like it, we can forget about it and you can go back to your old system, but I think you'll like it. She agreed that she'd give it a go, and so I created something for her, which was a couple of hours of my work. So this is the final version that I sent to her, and instead of having 60 tabs, we've only got 7 tabs. We've got all the students listed on one tab, and it has the same information as before, but I also added in the date of birth and age because I thought that might be something she might use, and the age of course is calculated from the date of birth, so it changes each year as the time goes on. So I've got that for the students. On the classes, a list of all her classes, what kind of class it is, the age of the students in that class, the location, the start time, the end time, the length, and so on. And by putting all this information in, which isn't not all of which she had available to her in this manner before, it means we'll be able to filter the classes and we'll be able to look at the classes using these extra column titles. And the next tab we've got is the enrolments themselves. So there's a drop-down list of all the students, which is pulled off that page with all the students listed on there. So they can choose the student. You just start typing the name of the student. That will pop up with the email will automatically populate in there, and then they can choose the class. So there's a list of all the classes, choose the class, and then we've enrolled that student in that class. So in this one, you could sort by classes, for example. So you could come in here and sort by class, or you could sort by first name. So various ways that you could use this, but the general gist of it is that this one is where you enroll the students into the classes. And then for the class list, the 60 tabs that she had before, I've just got one tab. And what you can do on here is you can just choose the class in here. So they choose the class name. And this is a pivot table similar to before, where it lists out the students. Obviously, I haven't got many enrolments here because this is just a working example, but it shows you all the students in the class. And just like before, she can put in the date of the first class, and it will tell her the next 10 weeks for her term time. Let's go back to another class here. She's got exactly the same utility that she had before, but much easier to get to things, less chance of error, easier to put new students in, new classes in, new enrolments in. And on top of that, I gave her a few other pivot tables that I thought would be useful to her from a reporting standpoint. So this lists all the classes that she's got, if they've got enrolments in them. And obviously in my example, I haven't got many enrolments, but this would be the 60 classes. And how many students in each class, which you can just pull out of this enrolments here. We've also got how many students by class and level. So the level 1 jazz runs on Mondays, but it also runs on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays and so on. But here she can see how many students she's got enrolled in all of Level 1 Jazz and all of Level 2 Jazz, whereas this one was just in each class. Here I thought she might want to know the students by time slot. So if she's got, say, parking issues and she wants to make sure she doesn't have too many students in each time slot, she can have a look there. And also students by age. And again, I don't have many examples with the age filled in, but she would be able to see how many 12-year-olds she's got, how many 13-year-olds she's got, and so on. Over here, she tells me that she uses this to bill her parents. So we've got the parents' email address, and that parents may have several children enrolled in different classes. So in this list here, I've given her, for each email address, parent email address, she can see all the children and all the classes that that person's enrolled in. And finally, some timetables by some different methods as well. So here she can see her timetable by day, so Monday, the start time, the class, the studio time, and so on. She can also do the timetable by class, so I want to know when are all the Level 2 Jazz classes, and I can see that there's 2 of them on these times and so on. You can also do timetable by age, so these are kids that are 3 turning 4, and these are the years 10 plus, and so on. So different ways to see her timetable. These were not available to her before in her old system that she was using. So I think you'll agree this updated new spreadsheet that she's got is much easier to use than her older one with the 60 different tabs and the 60 different columns. The updated one gives her lots more information, a lot more reporting available to her, and very easy to add new students, new classes, new enrolments. So as her classes get bigger and her school gets bigger, she'll be able to easily use this one. And that only cost her 2 hours of my time. It was quite an enjoyable job to do. If you have something similar and you're interested in giving me a call and talking through what you've got, I'd be really happy to help you out. Thank you for listening to this. My name is Ros Best and my company name is Geekette. Thank you.